On July the 19th, 2002, a tiny 5-month-old baby girl was continuously beaten, sexually assaulted, and thrown down from the ceiling. The shocking thing was that the ones responsible for all of this were none other than her own mother, father, and uncle. This brutality didn't end there. The horror reached its peak when the report revealed that this little baby girl had been repeatedly sexually assaulted. This brutality didn't end here. This tiny baby girl was subjected to such ruthless cruelty that after learning about it, you will be left in shock, and the ground will seem to disappear from beneath your feet. Baby Brianna was born on February the 15th, 2002, to Stephanie Lopez and her boyfriend, Steven Lopez. For most families, the arrival of a new baby brings joy and celebration. However, Brianna's first few months were marred by neglect and brutality. Her mother, Stephanie, was struggling with her issues, and Steven Lopez, her partner, proved to be a troubled individual. The combination of their dysfunction and cruelty created an environment where baby Brianna's suffering could flourish unchecked. From the beginning, signs of trouble were evident. Baby Brianna began to show signs of physical abuse, but these signs were either overlooked or dismissed by those around her. Bruises, scratches, and unexplained injuries became frequent, painting a disturbing picture of the abuse she was enduring. However, the severity of her injuries remained concealed from the wider community and authorities. Stephanie and Steven Lopez's household was a dangerous place for Brianna. The abuse escalated from minor neglect to severe physical violence. Each day was a new horror for the tiny infant. Her petite body bore the scars of repeated beatings, including broken ribs and a fractured arm. It was clear that the violence was systematic and unrelenting, a pattern of cruelty that seemed to have no end. The abuse reached its tragic peak on July 19, 2002. This day would become the sad climax of a series of horrors inflicted upon baby Brianna. The specifics of what happened on this fateful day are harrowing. Brianna, who had already been subjected to severe injuries, was brutally assaulted once again. This final act of violence was so severe that it led to her death. Her body was found with multiple fractures and severe internal injuries, revealing the extent of the torture she had endured. Once Brianna's body was discovered, an urgent investigation was launched. Detectives were confronted with the grim task of piecing together the details of her suffering. The initial investigation focused on the immediate aftermath of her death, but it quickly became clear that the abuse had been ongoing. The detectives' work revealed a chilling pattern of violence and neglect that had been inflicted upon Brianna over several months. The breakthrough in the case came through the courage of Jillian Lopez, Stephanie's sister. Jillian played a crucial role in bringing the truth to light. Her decision to speak out about the abuse was not an easy one, but her testimony provided critical insights into the abuse that baby Brianna had suffered. Jillian's revelations helped the investigators understand the horror's full scope and provided evidence vital to the prosecution. As the investigation progressed, the legal proceedings began to take shape. The trial of Stephanie Lopez, Steven Lopez, and Anthony Lopez, Stephanie's brother, was significant in the case. The courtroom became a stage where the shocking details of Brianna's abuse were laid bare. The evidence was overwhelming, and the trial became a focal point for national attention. The prosecution presented a case that highlighted the extreme cruelty inflicted upon baby Brianna, and the public followed the trial with intense interest. In court, the harrowing details of Brianna's suffering were revealed. The evidence painted a stark picture of a child who had been systematically abused by those who were supposed to care for her. One of the most disturbing aspects of the case was the 911 call made by Stephanie Lopez. The call, which was made in the immediate aftermath of Brianna's final assault, provided a chilling glimpse into the chaos and panic following the brutal attack. The recording of the call was a stark reminder of the tragic end of Brianna's life and the desperate circumstances of her final moments. Interviews with family members, detectives, and legal experts further illuminated the case. These interviews provided additional perspectives on the events surrounding Brianna's death and offered insights into the broader implications of the case. They revealed the complex emotions and reactions of those involved and underscored the importance of addressing child abuse and neglect. The testimony of medical experts, combined with the evidence presented by the prosecution, made it clear that the abuse had been both severe and prolonged. The verdicts delivered in the case reflected the gravity of the crimes committed. Stephanie Lopez and Stephen Lopez were found guilty of first-degree murder and child abuse. They were sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole, ensuring that they would never again have the chance to harm anyone. Anthony Lopez also received a life sentence, and his role in the abuse was condemned by both the court and the public. The case of Baby Briana Lopez had a profound impact on the public and led to significant changes in child protection laws. The memory of Baby Briana Lopez serves as a beacon for change, highlighting the ongoing need for vigilance in the fight against child abuse. Thank you for joining us in exploring this deeply moving case.